Ever been complimented and insulted in the same sentence? It sounds like, "You're so brave to wear that." It's a line wrapped in faux concern, seasoned with passive aggression, and delivered with a smile so sugary it could cause tooth decay. And in that moment, mid-blink, mid-bite, you're left wondering, was that a dig? Should I respond? Or just applaud the audacity? Here's what elegant people know. Rudeness doesn't deserve your energy. But silence? That's not always strength. There's an art to responding without exploding. A way to handle sharp remarks with such composure, the rude one ends up looking like the punchline. So let's decode how to respond to rude people, with grace, without letting it slide. Let's begin. Number 1. Pause long enough to make it uncomfortable. Here's the trick. Don't react. Not right away. When someone says something rude, especially if it's camouflaged as a funny remark, pause. Not the dramatic kind. The elegant kind. The kind that makes people wonder if you're offended, amused, or mentally deleting them from your birthday list. Example. Must be nice to have that kind of free time. Now stop. Blink once. Sip your coffee like it's far more interesting than they are. Let the silence settle. Let them sit in it. That pause? That's not avoidance. That's control. You're not giving them a reaction. They were hoping for defensiveness, maybe even a flustered laugh. Instead, you've given them stillness. The social version of turning off the Wi-Fi. It short-circuits the performance. Their comment deflates, and your calm says, without a word, "I heard you, and I'm calculating whether you're worth the breath." Pair that with eye contact and the slow reapplication of lip balm. Iconic bonus tip. If you're in a group setting and someone drops a passive-aggressive comment, that pause gives everyone else a moment to realize what just happened. You're not the one who looks awkward. They are. And if you follow the pause with a quiet, unimpressed, you may not need to say another word. Number 2. Use the Velvet Dagger. Polite precision. Some people don't insult you directly. They use a smile, a loaded question, a compliment that expires halfway through the sentence. It's the social equivalent of offering you wine and mentioning it was free from a raffle. The elegant move isn't to glare or groan. It's to reply with what I call the Velvet Dagger. Smooth, poised, and pointed enough to make them blink. Here is the example. "Wow, bold of you to wear that color. Not everyone could." Your reply, "True, most people wouldn't dare." Or, "Interesting hair choice. Is it for an event?" You, "Yes, life." It's not about matching their tone. It's about making them question why they spoke at all. You don't claw back. You pivot. You confuse them with elegance. Another one. "Oh, I could never wear something that tight." You, "That's probably for the best." Tone, calm, delivery, clean, impact, quietly devastating. Because refined people don't clap back with claws. They do it with tone, like perfume. Subtle, but unforgettable. And don't be afraid to walk away with a smile after. You've said enough. Let the silence do the rest. Number 3. Expose the subtext without saying a word. Some remarks don't need to be shut down. They need to be reframed, turned around so everyone else hears what was really said. Let's say you're at work, and someone says, "Must be nice to take real lunch breaks. Some of us are drowning." Smile. Sip. Then, with no malice, "It is nice. I make time because burnout doesn't look good on me." Or someone says, "Wow, I wish I had your kind of confidence to say it." You'd be great at it actually. You're not fighting. You're not defending. You're simply translating bitterness into boundaries, in real time. And people notice. Not because you raised your voice, but because you didn't. This kind of reframing doesn't humiliate. It reveals. You're putting the spotlight back where it belongs, gently, like turning on a dimmer switch that happens to highlight their tone. Number 4. Ask a question. It works like a mirror. Now here's the technique most people overlook, because it feels too calm. When someone throws out a snide remark, don't react. Don't explain. Don't defend. Just ask. It must be nice to travel all the time when your partner's footing the bill. You tilt your head, raise a single eyebrow, and reply, "Oh? Why do you think that?" It's not defensive. It's not accusatory. It's just curious enough to make them uncomfortable. Because passive-aggressive remarks only work when they go unexamined. When you ask about them, they collapse under their own weight. Suddenly, they either double down and look bitter, or walk it back and look embarrassed. Another one. That's a unique approach to decorating. What do you mean by that? Calm questions are like mirrors. They reflect the energy right back. and no one likes seeing their own pettiness too clearly. Even better, it buys you time. If you need a second to think, a question creates space. And sometimes that space alone is enough to neutralize whatever sting they intended. Most people never try the next one because it feels too unserious, too casual, but it's quietly the most lethal of them all. Number 5. Use humor that doesn't invite them in. There's a kind of humor that doesn't ask for laughs. It just lands, like a piano in a silent room. Let's say you show up to work looking sharp, blazer, heels, the whole thing. Someone glances over and asks, "What's the occasion? Do you have an interview or something?" You reply, "No, I just like to look employed." Or, "Oh, I always dress like something important might happen, just in case." Another example, "You brought your lunch in a glass container? Fancy." You, "Yes, my leftovers like to feel respected." And one more for good measure. "Wow, that bag is designer." You, "It's a conversation starter." Though not all conversations are worth starting. You're not trying to joke with them. You're handing them a plot twist. This isn't banter. It's a quiet shutdown wrapped in good tailoring. Rude people want a reaction. This gives them confusion, and possibly a sudden urge to reevaluate their own outfit. Number 6. Ignore the bait, but not the boundary. Sometimes the most elegant response is no response. Not because you're weak, but because you're occupied. Rude people thrive on engagement. So don't give them one. But if they cross the line publicly or repeatedly, that's when clarity steps in. "That was uncalled for. Let's move on." Or, "I'd prefer we keep the tone respectful," said once, calmly, with the expression of someone reviewing their weekend plans. No drama, no insult, just a quiet reminder that you're not here for chaos. Boundaries don't require volume, just certainty. And if they push again, that's your cue to exit, physically or mentally, gracefully, but unmistakably. Not every battle needs a sword. Some require nothing more than stillness. Number 7. Don't carry it home or let it linger. This one isn't about them, it's about you. Rude comments don't live rent-free in your head unless you hand over the keys. So when the moment passes, let it. Vent to a friend. Laugh about it later. Write a fake, over-the-top reply in your notes app. Do whatever works. But don't carry it around like emotional luggage you never packed. Because grace isn't just about how you respond in the moment. It's how you protect your peace after it. Your energy is finite. Don't spend it analyzing someone else's insecurity. And your peace? That's the most elegant thing about you. Handling rude people with grace isn't about being soft. It's about being undentable. You don't have to clap back. You just have to hold your line, with calm, charm, and just enough sting to make it memorable. What's the rudest comment you've ever received? And how did you respond? I'm genuinely curious. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and check my Amazon storefront for elegant beauty and living essentials. As always, stay classy. Manners matters.